Week 8 traders, it's been a long, hard fought battle. Over a year now. 3 more days we're going to know the truth. And I'm about to tell you why. February 28th, we want AG to close at 612 or above, or pretty damn close. And there's a reason for that. In the monthly chart, we're going to get a hammer candlestick, which is a sign of a reversal. Now, I'm not basing the whole trade on a single candlestick. I've already told you multiple times we don't take short-term views to look at these trades. We look at the long term. It'll just be one more piece of evidence that we're going to put down to saying buyers are about to step in. Let's take a look at the volume for AG first, which was not impressive this week, but it's exactly what I expected last week, and I told you in the video last week that I expected a pullback to scare people again. Get them thinking that the sellers are still in charge. They're not. Buyers are about to make their move. This is nothing more than a little battle going on between the two, or the market's trying to fool us. Let's take, you know what? Actually, let's break the format. I want to take a look at oil first. Let's take a look at DO and the crude oil futures first. And I want to show you why I feel we are so successful, and DO is about to make us a shitload of money for being patient, for waiting, for following the rules, because we now have a higher low again, and I see an incredible amount of buying coming in. Let's take a look at crude oil first. Here's DO's chart since April 2017. What I noticed first is that we went down, tagged the pivot point support line number 3, reached the oversold level. You can see for the entire month of February, stochastic stood in the oversold area, and it's no big deal considering that in August we had an oversold area, which was the last oversold area, and we are substantially above that. So what I see are higher lows which attract buyers. And you can take a look at the past 4 days. Those buyers were testing the trend going back up, and in the most recent 2 days, they're stepping in strong. And there's one reason for that. The crude oil futures have bounced on a support area that is incredibly strong. They're not going to break through this. Just like in the silver futures on that 20-year support line, buyers are more likely to step in instead of sellers. I have found this is a great reason to stay in the trade, and I plan on proving it in the silver trade. 3 more days, and things are looking great here. I see DO going to $26, which is where the 200 EMA is, and above. I see $55 as a resistance. It's going to be a nice profit in DO. Give it time. Things look good. All the rules are being followed. Gives me confidence for the silver trade. Crude oil daily chart. Look at that bounce off that support area I told you about a couple weeks ago. Came down to the oversold area. Got a nice bounce off that area. We have another higher low. And I think in a short period of time, I'm going to be getting rid of that blue upper resistance trend line. I don't think that's really there. I think buyers are going to take this straight up to the $89 area, which I believe is the next target. Maybe next week I'll explain why further. Things look great in oil. You do not want to exit this trade, and this gives me a lot of confidence in silver. I believe that this is turning out successfully, and in a short period of time I'm going to have proof of that. And I'm taking that confidence and I'm bringing it over to silver. Things are looking great. You're going to notice things picking up here very quickly. You'll notice the volume in DO is picking up strong. We are now breaking the daily average. And things do, when these rallies happen, they're quick, they're fast, they're going to throw you from side to side, they're going to cast doubt. You're not going to know what's going to happen. You're going to think, oh, well, maybe there's a pullback. This thing's going straight up. I'm very confident. We just got to bounce off the 50 EMA. We're above the 20. They're still buying. And what these buyers like to do is go from the previous overbought area and break those highs again. they're going to look to make new highs and keep it going up. Why? Because they need to make money. They need to make large amounts of money for at the end of the year for their company, Goldman Sachs, or wherever they're working for, to show huge profits. This is the way it works, guys. This is what I have found out, and I plan on proving it. Very short term, we're going to see something huge happen here. Looks great. AG's volume this week, there was only 4 days in the week, 4 trading days in the week, and I'm not surprised at what happened. I told you last week that I expected a pullback to try and scare everyone, and that's exactly what they did. It did nothing but retest it did a 50% pullback off the lows. I've said it before, 50% pullbacks even further happen all the time. This is nothing to be scared of. It's something you should expect every time there's a little pop up. It's called a retracement. This is what I expected this week. This is nothing to be scared about. We have 3 more days till February 28th when I want to see that monthly candlestick in AG come pretty damn close to that 612. I believe it's going to be above it. And then we're going to have a hammer candlestick, which is a reversal candlestick. Not something to base a whole trade off of, one candlestick, but it's going to be another clue to the possible success of this trade, which I believe is coming. Okay, this is what I expected. Pretty shitty. Things can turn around huge in 3 days. We've seen 200% increases in volume in a single day. I got a feeling we're going to see it again this week. Before we take a look at AG's monthly chart, I want to show you guys a reversal candlestick. This is nothing to base a trade on, but we have 45 years of proof in the US dollar and the silver futures of an inverse behavior. When one's going up, the other one's going down. We have lots of proof. I've got a bull flag in the long-term outlook in the silver futures from 2016. I have multiple reasons why I believe this trade's going to be successful, even though it's taken a year for it to happen. And we are 3 days away. But what I want to look at is that reversal candlestick right by that blue arrow down at the bottom. And what it says is in 2012, IBM was in a choppy range. And at the bottom of the downward trend, that a hammer reversal candlestick transitioned into an aggressive move upward, which continued for 4 months. Now, that's something to pay attention to, especially when we're going to look at AG's monthly chart shortly here. So take a look at that. Even though it did not close above the previous month's low, it still means something to the buyers. Now let's remember this, take a good look. Let's take a look at AG's monthly chart. Here's AG's monthly chart from 2012. First thing I want to do is take a look at right by the beginning of 2016. Look at that candlestick near the bottom there. Sure looks like a hammer candlestick, doesn't it? Then we've got 6 months straight of buying in that huge rally. Kind of ironic, eh? Almost as if these traders have a system. Almost as if they use these charts to communicate with each other, because it's illegal for them to do it with words. They can't meet at large margins at the end of the street, the diner, and say, hey Jim, are we going to buy on Wednesday? These guys get caught doing it. They lose their jobs where they make millions. And chances are they're human, so they do. They're still going to do it. But they're using these charts to communicate with each other. And then I see 6 months straight buying, which I'm expecting again. I'm expecting in March, next month, for that to begin. Now, unless you're short on time and you don't have time to wait around and stay in a rally that's 6 months straight going up 300%, 2, 4, 8, 16, 400%, then maybe you should exit. If you're scared, get out. Don't. Forget I just said that. Stay where you are. Now look at the candlestick where the other down blue arrow is. Sure looks like another hammer candlestick forming, doesn't it? We have the pivot point right above us at 788. It's not shit for the silver trade here. That can happen in a short period of time. 3 more days. February 28th. I want to see February close around that $6.12 marker. I believe we might even get above it. And if we do, it's a stronger probability that we're about to be put, or we took a position in the beginning of a huge rally. I believe this rally is going to be the most successful trade I have ever made in my entire life, and it's the reason I decided to document this for over a year. When this trade's finished, I believe I'm going to be able to tell everyone I knew beforehand. I am very confident that this is going to be successful. These traders, they display the same behaviors over and over and over again. It's how they make shit loads of money. We're the common folk, the blue collar. We haven't been taught this. They don't want to teach us this. And even though you learn it, it's still very difficult to get this, but I believe we're there. Look how much further we are above the oversold area in 2016. This is telling buyers that the trend has started to increase. The trend's going up. Do you think we're going to lose $3 in this trade and everything, the bottom's going to fall out? No, man. No. We're not. We're in the oversold area right now. It's oversold. Buyers are more likely to step in. This has been the whole point to all these videos for over the year. To learn some other logical trading skill. Guys, 3 more days. 3 more days. We've already witnessed AG go up sky high in a day. Have faith. This is going to happen. Let's take a look at the silver futures. Silver futures daily chart since the beginning of 2016. What I see is a bull flag. A sharp upward movement in price, and then a consolidation for the past 2 years now. Al, the most important thing let's see out of here is 4 higher lows. This is a positive sign that the trend is now up in silver. I believe it is. This is my opinion, only my opinion. Gosh, I'm so sick of repeating that. It's always going to be my opinion. But 4 higher lows. I've said this is part of the rules since the very beginning. None of my rules have been broken. Everything looks great. We have now broke out of this consolidation period, and from what I've learned in the past, this is where buyers step in strong. Just like we have that upward movement in the first part of that bull flag, that's what I'm expecting again now. You know, don't get me wrong, if you guys don't have time to wait another 5-6 months, then, you know, excuse me, but this bitch is going straight up. This is what I've learned. There's a reason I have documented, I have put 7, 8, 10 hours of my life in every single week to tell all my friends and family that this is the place to be. I believe this, man. I am confident. I believe I'm going to help a lot of people with this in due time. I have no control over what these professionals do, but they're talking to me. They're communicating through these charts. It's been slow. Things will pick up. I've already witnessed it in the volume in January. It told me that they're taking their positions. They also see the same thing. They also I follow their rules. If this is where the professionals are going to put their money, hey, these are my favorite stocks then. I don't have a favorite stock. My favorite stock are the ones that go up. I don't care their ticker symbols. I don't care what sector they're in. Maybe it's going to be consumer, I don't know, oil, technology. I don't give a shit which sector it's in. When I see higher lows, hey, I got a new group of favorite stocks this year. That's how it works, guys. You got to play by their rules. They've been doing this for decades. We don't learn about it. We got to go searching for this. I believe I've searched. I believe I can help my friends and family benefit. I'm staying exactly where I am, and in 3 days, I believe I'm going to get the truth on this silver trade. And then my time comes where all the criticism stops. Maybe Joe knows something. Maybe he does. Nah, there's been a lot of people already told me that. They tell me they believe me. And you should. I believe you should. 3 more days, guys. Look how we broke out. Look how we found support on that trend line. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that we got 4 higher lows. It's not going to be a coincidence when the next leg up comes. I promised you good feelings. I will deliver on that. I believe we're all going to be successful, in my opinion. Oh, 3 more days. February 28th, we're going to get the truth. US dollar monthly chart. Look how organized this is. None of this is coincidence. I was telling, and the other thing I like to see there is the embedded stochastics in the oversold area. Look in 2007 when we had that embedded stochastics in the oversold. Look how we just continue to drop to that lower support trend line. Maybe we're in store for another huge sell-off. That's what I believe. It's my opinion. Also happened in 2003. Shit, for 2 years. All the way to 2005. I believe we're in store for the same thing. Why? Because I think the silver futures are going straight up. I told Al in the beginning of the week another way to confirm this on February 28th is to look for that last candlestick, which is green now. You see a stem above it. US dollar was higher earlier in the month. Just playing with our minds, playing games. February 28th, you're going to want to see that candlestick come down, possibly even below the 200 EMA. That's what I'm waiting on, right around $89. You see that. You see the US dollar lose support. Smile. Feel good. Be confident. The future's looking good. That's how you should feel. These trends take a while, but you can read them. And when this is all done, I believe we're all going to look at the stock market a little bit differently. I'm hoping. Things are looking good, guys. 3 more days. I want to see the US dollar near $89, below that 200 EMA. That'll prove to me it lost support. And guess who likes that? Sellers. Selling brings more selling. Buying brings more buying, which doesn't matter to us in the US dollar because we want to see selling. I've got 45 years of proof. 45 years of proof. No emotion in this. No getting panicked. Following the rules. I'm going to stick with them. And I believe that we're all going to be successful. It's my opinion. Things look great, guys. Stay there. So how do we conclude? With the big picture. 45 years of proof that these professional traders will have the same behavior over and over again for the simple reason that they made huge money the previous time. And there we go. Take a look at the silver futures over on the top right hand side. We got an 18 to 20 year support trend line. That's beautiful. That looks great. And what you should remember out of this is that when you have an 18, 20 year support trend line, it's solid. It is a solid support trend line. If you're a day trader and you're going off the past week, you've got nothing on this. This is what all the professionals drool about. When they get to buy on an 18 to 20 year support trend line, they're coming in. Sellers are gone. Sellers are going to disappear. It's too scary for them. That support trend line is way too strong for them to take the risk in trying to drive the value of it down further. It's not what they do. It's all about risk reward. It's too much risk for the slight chance of the reward they're going to get, so they're going to disappear. And buyers are going to take charge, and a rally's going to begin in March. It's all coming together. I hope to God you guys can understand what I'm trying to put out here. This is all the evidence that I have. I'm not just making this up. There's no damn reason in the world it would have took a year out of my life, 6 to 10 hours a week on Saturday to make these videos. There's a reason I did all of this. There's a big reason I did all of this. It's going to pay off, and I think it's going to pay off. 3 more days, February 28th. We want to be right near that $6.12 in AG. I believe we're going to have that reversal candlestick, and I believe buyers are going to come in strong. And then Al, we're going to be in the driver's seat. There's going to be no reason for you to sit there, panic, and think you need to get out sooner than what you need to, because the momentum's going to be up. I'm going to help you relax, and we're going to take it week by week. We'll be in charge, and we will decide where our profits are going to be. Keep the faith, stay strong. 3 more days. I'm going to be playing some Kool and the Gang Celebration. You don't like it? I don't care. Let's do this.